Hi, it's me, I'm the Frugal Chef. I hope you're doing very well today. Let's make a turkey. I have all kinds of turkeys already on this channel and on the website. I will link them down here for you in case you want to see them. I have a video on how to make a brine, wet brine, dry brine, you know, roasted turkey, dry brine roasted turkey, deep fried, grilled, all kinds of turkey. This one, I want to make it very different. I want to make it spicy. I want to make it like a la diabla. So, you know, now you really do have every single type of turkey available here. We're gonna start by salting this bird while it's frozen. I made a video a couple years ago on dry brining a turkey, which, by the way, hands down, best way to cook a turkey in my opinion. But somebody told me they did it, you know, in that video I thawed it and then brined it, then cooked it. They told me that they did it frozen and it worked perfect. So that's what we're gonna do. We are going to salt it while it's frozen so it brines and it thaws at the same time. We're going to kill 3 days off our schedule here. All right, let's make this. I am going to put a link at the bottom of this video in the description box explaining how you know, a dry brine works. The rule of thumb is a teaspoon of salt for every 2 pounds. This is a 10-pound turkey, so we're going to use 5 teaspoons of salt. So today I'm going to mix 5 teaspoons of salt with 1 teaspoon of pepper and 1 teaspoon of garlic powder and a teaspoon of cumin. I'm just going to mix this. I'm going to apply half of this to each side of the turkey. I'll start with the back, okay? We want to be generous at the breast area. Now we're not going to be able to salt the cavity obviously because it's frozen solid, but it doesn't matter. I'm now going to put this turkey into a large bag and I'm going to try and take out as much of the air as possible. We're just going to twist that bag there and seal it nicely. Now this is going to go in the refrigerator. This is our 3rd day with our turkey. Yesterday, all I did was rub it on both sides and just let it be. This is pretty much thawed by now. So 3rd day, we're going to rub it again and we're going to turn it. And now I'm going to leave it breast side down. We're going to leave it like this until tonight. This turkey was on its breast all day. Now we're going to take it out of the bag. I am going to dry it. You know, the salt is gone here. We have some pepper, a little cumin, but the salt is gone. We're going to dry this side as well. We're going to put this in the fridge now uncovered. The fans in the refrigerator are going to finish drying the skin here, and that is going to make it crispy when we cook it. Please notice that I did put it on top of a rack. I want it to dry completely, okay? Our turkey has been in the refrigerator overnight, as we discussed, uncovered. It is pretty much dry. We're going to pat dry it again. I took out the neck from inside the cavity and the giblets from the, you know, how they put them in here where the neck used to be. So we're going to give it a nice pat dry again. We need to let this lose its chill. We need it to come to room temperature. It's a big piece of meat. If we put it in the oven like this cold, it's not going to cook evenly, and we really do want it to cook evenly. So I'm going to let this sit on the countertop for 1 hour before we cook it. All right, this is almost ready to go into the oven. We do not need to salt this anymore because you know, it was in salt for 3 days, so that meat is going to be perfect. I'm just going to put some things into the cavity for flavor. I'm going to put some parsley in here, a piece of onion, some celery, I'm just gonna put melted butter on this. It's unsalted butter. By the way, if your turkey doesn't come with this, tie the legs, okay? Don't forget the inside of the wings and the thigh. So I melted 8 tablespoons or half a cup of butter. I'm going to flip over this turkey. We are going to start cooking this breast side down at a very high oven, 400 degrees Fahrenheit, 200 degrees centigrade for 45 minutes. The oven has been preheating, by the way. We're off to a great start here. I reduced the oven to 325 degrees Fahrenheit, 160 centigrade. I took this out and immediately closed the oven. Okay, don't leave it open. You don't want your heat to leave, you know, you want it to remain nice and warm. We're now going to flip this, and this is tricky. I'm just gonna grab it with 2 clean dish rags and flip it over. Okay, I am going to put this back in the oven for 45 minutes and then we'll bring it back out. We're gonna get our chilies ready for our turkey. I have 4 guajillos here. I stemmed them and seeded them. And I have 4 chile arbol. Chile arbol is spicy, so if you don't want it too spicy, maybe you reduce it to 2. If you want it spicier, then add more. I did leave the seeds inside the chile arbol. I want it to have a nice little kick. So I have them in this skillet. It's dry, as you can see, no oil. We're just gonna just char them a little bit and put them in and then transfer them into a bowl. I'm going to add boiling water to these chilies, and I'm going to weigh them down with a little plate. We're gonna let those soak for a good 30 minutes. Another 45 minutes have gone by. We're going to put some more melted butter on this. Alright, that was another half cup. Now we're going to put this back for another 30 minutes. I put the soaked chilies in my blender with a piece of onion and 3 garlic cloves. I'm going to add about a cup of the liquid they soaked in. 3 cloves. Let's add about a teaspoon of cumin and another teaspoon of oregano. I am going to blend this until it's a nice paste. We're going to strain this into a pot. You know, if you don't do this with Mexican chilies, you're gonna have little tiny pieces of chili that are gonna stick to the, you know, to your palate. Not nice. So don't skip this step, okay? Make sure to press down. We want everything that is, you know, that we can use here. I'm also going to wash down the blender with a little bit of water so we don't leave anything inside the blender. We're going to add a teaspoon of cider vinegar to this and half a cup of honey. I'm going to add some pepper and a little bit of salt, not much. Remember that our turkey has salt in it already. Okay, we are going to let this simmer at low heat for a good 15-20 minutes until it thickens and reduces, okay? I will stir it occasionally. All right, we're going to baste this a little bit with our juices. If you wanted to keep your turkey just regular, no spice, keep on cooking it like this. We're gonna now glaze it with our spicy sauce. I'm gonna brush it well with this sauce. I'm gonna put a little bit of this inside the cavity as well. We're gonna put this back in the oven for another 30 minutes, but this time I'm gonna cover my pan. If you don't have a cover for your pan, loosely tint it with aluminum foil. I reduced what I had left of my sauce almost to marmalade. We're gonna put a nice thin layer of that on the turkey. And this is gonna go back in the oven for another 20 minutes uncovered. Then we'll test the temperature and I'm sure it's gonna be ready and we'll take it out. We want now this to caramelize and get nice and dry. Our thigh should be registering 170 degrees Fahrenheit, but my glaze is getting a little too, you know, dark for my taste. So I'm going to cover this again and let it get to the temperature it has to be. I don't want the honey there to burn. And this is ready. I am going to turn off the heat in the oven, cover this, put the roasting pan back in the oven with the oven off and the door slightly ajar, okay? We're gonna leave it there for 20 minutes before we carve it. Look how juicy this breast is. It is cooked perfectly. I love, love, love brining my turkey in salt like this. It just, it gets, the whole turkey is nice and moist. So obviously I put a little bit of that extra sauce on there. Oh, yum. Oh, this is really nice. The salt penetrated everything to the bone. So, you know, as I said, we didn't have to put any more salt on it. It's perfect. That meat is delicious. Very, very nice. Thank you for watching this video. I appreciate it a lot. If you like it and you give me a like, thank you. If you share it with your friends and you sub and you comment, thank you, thank you, thank you. I really, really appreciate it. You have no idea how much I appreciate your support. A lot. Thank you. I will have this recipe on the website ready for you guys to come and print it. In the meantime, eat well without going broke. I'm going to see you guys soon.